Hey y'all, welcome to Vetted and Vet Med, the podcast where two African American female veterinarians pull back the curtain on the life and the world of veterinary medicine. I'm Dr. Wilson.
And I'm Dr. Levy. Join us as we dive into real conversations about mental health, career transitions, work-life balance, and the unique experiences we face as Black women in veterinary medicine.
So go ahead, grab your stethoscope,
and get your favorite cup of coffee or wine, and let's get vetted in Vet Med.
Alrighty, so it's me, Dr. Levy.
and Dr. Wilson.
So we came in just to do a short video. We wanted to really expound upon and go over some signs of burnout. This is more specific for veterinary professionals, but this really can be applied to any field of work. And so I realize that some individuals may not even know that they are suffering or dealing with burnout. And so these are just 10 signs of veterinary burnout that we wanted to share with you guys. And in our next video, we'll go over just some tips in recovery for veterinary burnout. So the first one is emotional exhaustion. And so this is you feeling drained, depleted, overwhelmed most days. Even if you have gotten a full night of sleep, it's really just not much emotional reserve that is left over. One for your patients, your clients, your colleagues, or even for yourself.
Right. I know that's right. Yes.
So,
I feel like
yeah, yeah. I'm like, I feel like that a lot.
Yeah. I definitely find myself disassociating when people are having genuine conversations about their feelings or what, those things. I don't feel it as much anymore because I'm no longer in like this particular situation. I'm still combating those things, but absolutely. Like, if you guys don't know, for those who don't realize what disassociating is, it's like you're literally removing yourself mentally while somebody's talking to you. You're in a whole nother space, I literally feel like I'm just floating away. And then I have to kind of snap myself back, like, girl, they having a whole conversation with you. Like, focus. For sure.
Yeah. I feel like because I do so much talking to to all these people, especially if you have are working at somewhere where it's high volume, you've talked to so many people, whether it was in the rooms or over the phones, then the staff, like it's just so much talking. And it's sometimes I'll go home with nothing, like nothing is playing. No radio, nothing. I'm just riding home in silence because I don't I don't want to talk to nobody, and then it's just like in preparation for when I get home because the job does not end there. Like I have my kids who are, greeting me at the door, excited to see
Happy to
me.
see you. Yeah.
And I'm just tired, just tired. Oh, Lord. So the second one is what you already shed light on, detachment or cynicism. So you start becoming emotionally numb or disconnected from your work. You may feel indifference towards your clients or cases or catch yourself thinking like, what's the point?
Yeah. I feel like more, I would say specifically, oftentimes we talk about like our euthanasias and how we still feel a lot. And the moment you stop feeling any type of thing after euthanizing a pet, you should probably quit.
Yeah.
You should probably quit. And that
Yeah.
sounds aggressively, definite, but like you should not feel anything after
Hmm.
euthanizing a pet at all.
I know. And I mean, at least take some type of extended break. Use your PTO and take that time that you need to get back into it. Being in lab animal, there's a lot of euthanasia that takes place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's really easy, especially in that setting, to have like compassion fatigue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I realize even in a clinical setting, that is still very possible
Mm-hmm.
to suffer from compassion fatigue. But you can't get to the point, and it is possible that you could get to the point that you just feel numb. And I never want to get to that point. I never want to get to that point. And I feel like in those situations too, because sometimes you get knocked back to back with like euthanasias, or chronic
Especially
illness.
during the holiday season.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, people realize like whether they're about to go on vacation, or now it's the summertime, and
Mm-hmm.
there's also an uptick of euthanasias around that time too. Um, or like they have somebody come and watch their pet, and like maybe that person is like, Fluffy ain't,
Ain't
looking
fluffy
too
enough.
high, ain't fluffy no.
Fluffy ain't
So
fluffy.
I do see a lot, an uptick around, like you said, the holidays and summertime too.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if there's multiple vets at the clinic, because I know in most clinics that I go to, they're going to take the euthanasia.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's usually a walk-in situation or it's an emergency situation where we need to come in now to help them euthanize.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do this today. And so I think for the clinic standpoint, scheduling those appropriately or like dispersing them rather, because sometimes you can't really plan for those, but like
Right.
spreading them out so it's not all on like one vet. If you notice like that vet has already had like 3 or 4 euthanasias that week, like
Yeah.
put that on somebody else, don't weigh the person down.
Yeah, it's definitely
'Cause-
a lot on a person, for sure.
mm,
I don't see them as much anymore because, I'm not in that type of clinic setting currently. But I tell you, I ran over a snake today and it was very
mm,
unexpected and I was so sad.
I
It was so sad. I was like, he probably just finished eating. He was minding his
right.
business out the country. He crossing the road that most people don't even come down on a day. Like here I come, big old tires are just pancaking him. I'm like, was so sad. It was a big old snake too. But I was like, that's so sad. So, just that type of compassion and
Yeah.
feelings definitely overwhelm you.
Mm. The third one is reduced sense of accomplishment. You feel like your efforts don't matter or you aren't making a difference, even when you are helping animals and clients. There's a constant sense of underachievement or failure.
Mm. Mm.
And that right there, you there has to be a constant reminder to yourself, like I've done so much. And that's why journaling, I think, is really important and really helpful, or like notes of gratitude, just
Hmm.
writing those things out so that you can go back and reflect on them, because you can really dig yourself in a pit of feeling like you haven't accomplished much. But you have. The fact that you're here,
I can
you
say
have
I can be
accomplished so much.
because I'm like, mm,
Oh
what a
my
pit.
gosh.
What a pit it was.
Yeah, I'm like this, us as doctors, I'm like, there's so much that we had to go through to get to this point. To get to this point, like, not just nobody told us to do this. This is something we decided on
You
our
did.
own.
You did the suit.
Right. So, that type of strive and determination to, get through whatever obstacles that you had to get through to get to this point is not anything to be overlooked.
Hmm.
And, society has us, thinking like we need to have our lives set up a certain way. But when you hear it takes, and that's why I like the open dialogue, because when you hear about other people's, stories and what they may be currently going through, it does, kind of put things more into perspective. Like, okay, I got this. Things are not as bad as they could be. But
Mm-hmm.
like, even in your situation, you have a master's. Not a lot of people have accomplished that. You became a doctor. Not a lot of people have accomplished that. Like, you have your own business. Not a lot of people have accomplished that. And so, even though it may still be things that you may be still working on,
Hmm.
and growing, you're still doing it.
Yeah.
'Cause the alternative could be not doing anything at all.
Sitting on the sofa, grieving constantly. Like, who is that helping? And granted,
So,
I'm not saying don't take a minute, don't take a beat, because you got to take a beat,
yeah,
and you can definitely take a day and feel sorry for yourself.
yeah.
But once that day is over, you're gonna have to put your hooves to the ground and get up. Because let me tell you, time and bills wait for no one. So
hmm They
let's get
sure don't.
it.
Yeah, even on the way to California, got an email, the water bill. I'm like, girl, you're for June. Okay. We've already paid you for May. You're covered. Like, I don't want to see no bills on the
we're
way to my
we're
vacation.
we're on vacation. Um, Peppa Pig would say, "We're on holiday." Okay,
Oh, holiday. Okay, we will check you out
back up.
in June.
Get out of my inbox. Fun stiller.
Oh my goodness. Um, the next one is increased irritability. You become more easily frustrated with coworkers, clients, or even minor inconveniences. Your patience is shorter, and small issues can feel like major problems.
Trigger, 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 trigger.
Oh my goodness. I know, like, for me, I feel like I am really patient,
Yeah, you are.
but I feel like I'm becoming less of a patient person as time goes on. And I noticed, like, there are times where I have been short with even some of my technicians sometimes
Hmm.
if I'm, frustrated or annoyed. And I even, sometimes express or put that off on my kids sometimes too. Like, if I'm, tired and I'm stressed about, work or making sure that I have shifts filled for the month, like, those are things that I'm thinking about. And they just want my time,
Hmm.
my love and my affection. And so I've definitely struggled with that. Um,
Keyword struggle. It's
mhm,
real.
mhm,
Now, I know that all too well. And that's one of the signs that let me know that I had to
mhm,
get on
mhm,
down, bringing it home and being very, very like the moment somebody says something to me, it's just like, rah,
mhm.
or it's too loud in here.
Girl,
And now I'm missing
that overstimulation.
all the time. All the time. It's
And
like,
I'm like, turn the TVs down. Y'all doing too much.
baby, I feel like Temple Grandin. Put me in a squeeze chute and just leave me here, okay? Because I have too many feelings right now. Too
Mm-hmm.
many feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I had to tell them all the time, like, it's not about y'all. I promise you.
It's not you, it's
Mommy is
me.
just doing the most in her brain, okay?
Mm-hmm. Number 5 is physical symptoms. So this would be chronic headaches, stomach issues, fatigue, or unexplained body aches can be physical manifestations of stress and burnout.
hmm
Um,
You know, like I mentioned in my case, uh, my hyperthyroid symptoms coming back, like
mhm,
internalizing all of the stress. So I'm a firm believer in stress creates inflammation in your body and
mhm,
so on and so forth, and creates all this chronic immune mediated um, cancer, all the things.
mhm.
So,
Yeah,
yep.
stress definitely kills. Um, Firm believer in that. And your body, like I mentioned before, it's gonna let you know that
hmm
something ain't right. And I'm glad Terrell did mention even the physical part of it, going to get whatever tests that needs to be, done, whatever blood work or whatever,
hmm
just to make sure that you are okay. But I know, like, when I get stressed, headaches do occur. Like, my vision, even sometimes, it's just like I'm wearing my glasses. That's when I
Oh
need
my
to put my glasses
can't see a thing.
on. Like, I'm so stressed. I'm like, I can't even really see you right now. Like,
Yeah,
you're not clear.
like my memory here lately, as I was getting older, like my memory. Yeah, I don't have the best memory anyway, but
Mm-hmm.
like I almost have like short term memory loss.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, severe, and I'm I'm just like this is kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
I should
Mm-hmm.
probably try to eliminate some of this stress.
Right,
Just let it go, girl. Let it go. Or I can't remember my kids' names.
girl. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. Number 6 is sleep disturbances, trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up feeling unrested, even on your days off. This can also be linked to mental and emotional overload. If I've had a rough day, I usually don't have a problem falling asleep, but
hmm
staying asleep, I do sometimes have issues with, especially if something bad happened that day.
hmm
I am thinking about that situation the entire night, the
Yeah.
entire night. And like, then there's times when I'm just woken up in the middle of the night, thinking about things. And so I then have to, usually I will like pray or like read the Bible during that time just to
hmm
like ease my mind and help me to fall back to sleep. But those I do experience. And even like if I've had a full night of sleep, still waking up tired.
Yeah. I don't think it's more about like the acute things that happen, like if it's like on a day-to-day basis. For me, because I internalize, that's my way of like I compartmentalize. I'm like, I can't go
Mhm.
here, which is not conducive.
Mhm.
So it turns in like stuff that's been going on for a minute. I always tell people like you don't want to be the reason why I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning because it's always the same time. You don't want to be the
Mhm.
reason because that make you on my brain real heavy. So if you are, or if this thing is, you gotta go. You gotta
Mhm.
go. Of
Mhm.
course, if it's in a negative light, of course, I'm thinking about somebody or like, concerned. That's one thing. But
Yeah.
if you are the reason in a negative way while I'm waking up, count your days, sweetheart. Count your days. Mm-mm. So Yeah.
And sleep is very, very important. Sleep is
Mm-hmm.
important, for your overall well-being. I think that that's overrated. Like people don't really
Yeah.
realize how like important that is to get good quality rest.
It affects your memory. It affects your attitude. It affects your weight. It affects your heart health. Like all the things.
Mhm.
Like if you don't get sleep, you will die.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Yep.
that sounds real dramatic, but it was
I
true.
mean, ultimately,
Eventually,
yes.
yeah. I mean, you cannot literally you can't stay up for a week without like you can't do that because
Yeah,
you will die from
right.
that. I know.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, yes, to even like to function on a day-to-day basis, like without sleep or good quality sleep, like you're no good. Like,
Yeah.
it's a struggle to get through the day. And who wants that? Like, you have patients in the palm of your hands, their
Mm-hmm.
lives. So you really do need to be the best version of yourself that you can be. The next one, number 7, is isolation. You withdraw from social interactions, even with friends and family. You may start skipping lunch with coworkers or avoiding phone calls and texts. I don't know if it's because of me being a Pisces. Although I am social, I really need my time to myself. So I do notice that, like, if I just keep going, 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 that social battery, like, I be all fun and games, out and about, but like, I will come in this room and like, it's just me,
Mm-hmm.
the blinds are closed and I really need that personal time for myself. And that's why I do wake up much earlier than everybody else in this house, just so that I can get that time of like quietness. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Because I need that to be able to
Yeah.
function. And, you know, in the work environments that I've been in, I don't know. For me, like I haven't necessarily isolated because I felt like depressed or anything, but like I've just gotten to the point of like I don't really want to be around y'all like that. Like I'm just coming to work,
I'm saying that. No, I get it. I get it. I'm laughing, but I understand wholeheartedly. Yeah.
just coming to work, and I'm just dipping on up out of here once my
I came
work
to
is
work
done.
today.
Yeah. And so, like, some of the extra activities, like, I've done all of that in the past. Like, I've always been the one, and I'll still do some things occasionally, but I no longer feel like I need to be at everything. And so now I am making the decision to be like, I don't want to go to, lunch with everybody. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with sitting in my office or sitting in my car and eating my food by myself. Like I
Yeah.
need to recoup, from
Yeah.
all the socialization, from everything and everybody. So if I start to isolate myself, like that's just what I need for myself. But I do think that it is, if it's somebody that always likes to be involved in things and they suddenly decide like I don't want to talk to nobody about nothing,
Mm-hmm.
then those are things as a friend or a family member to check in on and to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's not me. Like either I forgot there was something going on, or
mhm,
I'm a firm believer in signs and Taurus.
mhm,
We make plans. We like, yeah, yeah, but don't be surprised if we don't come.
right,
We're good. I'm at home in my PJs, eating,
right. I'm
drinking
fine.
wine.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, down to number 8, loss of passion or joy. Things you once loved about being a vet now feel like a chore. You may feel disillusioned about the profession and question if you chose the right career path. Let me tell you, I have definitely, you know, definitely been there, definitely questioned whether this was the path that I still wanted to continue on. Have weighed out, well, what else would I do, if it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't practicing veterinary medicine? And I mean, I did ultimately decide that yes, I would like to continue practicing, but I needed it to look different. And I feel like I'm still even in that arena of on that path of figuring out what that looks like for me in the long run.
For sure.
And that's all in the efforts to regain that passion because I feel like I'm just now starting to get that back. And although there were certain aspects about what, that I enjoyed about what I did, I felt, overall like I just want to do something completely different, not veterinary related. And I still do, but I still want to practice. Like there was a
Mm-hmm.
point where I didn't even want to do this at all. And now I'm to the point where I still want to have something on the side that has nothing to do with veterinary medicine, but I do still want to practice,
Yeah.
even if it's for like a day or two out the week.
Understood. I felt like once I was in the pits of things, because it's all I ever wanted to do, and it's kind of I'm a creature of habit, and I just really headstrong about what I want, and it's a double edged sword. But let's just say I just felt like once I start questioning it based off of where I was,
Mhm.
that's that's how I knew I had to go so I
Mhm.
can remain passionate about what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, that's my passion story.
Mhm. Number 9 is poor concentration and decision fatigue. Your mind feels foggy. Tasks that once came easy now take more effort, and simple decisions feel mentally taxing.
Yeah, I just I'm pretty I can be pretty indecisive about things in the first place. So,
Mhm.
but once I know, I know. I'm very like, especially at work, I'm just like, it's whatever. And they're like, well, Dr. So and so likes to use this, or do you want this, or you want that? I'm just like, girl, I don't care,
I
whatever.
know.
As long as it's gonna close this dog up, or as long as this blood gonna run right, I do not care. Like
Yeah.
that's not what I focus on. So, um, that one I don't think that I recognize as much, and I think in the future I have to pay more attention to like how I feel about decision making, or if
Mhm.
it becomes difficult in situations in which I feel stressed.
Yeah. This one is more situation dependent for me. I don't know that I've, felt this strongly, but there have been periods of time where I may have felt kind of like that brain fog, especially if I was really stressed. But not a feeling that I felt like lasted or lingered for a long period of time. And the last one is number 10. So this is increased use of substances or unhealthy coping. So you may notice an uptick in alcohol use, emotional eating, or reliance on stimulants or sleep aids as a way to manage the daily grind.
Well, knowing what we know about veterinarians and their likeliness to be alcoholics or, substance abusers, like on a more increased basis than other professions. I've always been like a social drinker. I don't engage in recreational drugs. I don't even like taking medicine. So it's really not anything that I feel compelled to do. I do like me a good old cocktail. I call myself a barista or, a mixologist. But I feel like at my most stressful moment, I did find myself pouring a little bit more wine than I normally would. And quite honestly, it might make some people feel better. It wasn't making the situation better at
Definitely
all,
not.
not for me. And I mean, and I say that, and of course, in the grand scheme of things, it's not making it better, right? We all know that it wasn't soothing anything in me. It wasn't. It was amplifying things, but I was recognizing that was happening in the first place. Whereas I feel like with some people who rely on it, it soothes something. It calms. No, it exacerbates my conditions. So it's easy for me to be like, okay, girl, that's enough. This is making you insane. So yeah, that's definitely my take on it, for sure.
I'm definitely more of a social drinker or whatnot, but during the week, I will say if there had been a stressful day, there's something that I am going to partake in. So, like, if it was a long, stressful day, sometimes I'll stop and get a caramel ribbon crunch, frappuccino from Starbucks, because that's a treat, you know.
Yeah.
Um, There may be like some ice cream. There's these particular things because it can't just be any ice cream. It's like my turtle, like chocolate type of caramel ice cream. Like it's
Yeah.
very particular type of ice cream that I only eat that here at the house, and so it's like I'm gonna eat that. And then also a glass of wine. Like I will likely partake. If it was a long, stressful day, I'm likely going to get, it's not all these things together, it's one or the other. Because then that would not be good for my digestive system. But at least one of those things. But I would, a glass of wine, hates to see me coming on a long, stressful day. And honestly, all it does is it just puts me to sleep. It just makes me sleepy and then I can just go to sleep. So there's stress everywhere, but I just feel like the level of stress that we have to deal with physically and mentally, it's a lot. It's a lot and it's draining. Getting through some of these days, even if it was like, it don't even necessarily have to be in, like I know we talked a lot about corporate, but like just a long day in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
And nothing terrible had to happen. It's just so
Yeah.
much happened in the day.
Listen, yesterday was so good. It was so good. Lots of beautiful things happened, and it was very productive. And I was dog tired. No pun intended. And I was like, my sister made me a drink when I went to her house, and I was like, yeah, it was a big old glass too. So, it was much needed. It was much needed. And I use this lotion at night here recently, and it's not for this specific reason, but it has melatonin in it. Lord, it works. And it ain't one of the melatonins that give you crazy dreams. It's the melatonin that like knock you out, and I don't realize it until I'm like, oh, okay, I'm stuck. I need to get up and go to bed. Yeah.
Need to get this lotion, Lord.
No, for real. I'll share with you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm with
Well,
it.
those are 10 signs of veterinary burnout. Sometimes you may not even realize that that is what you're experiencing. And we don't mean to make light of any of them. It's just
No,
sharing,
absolutely not.
sharing our personal experience, whether we have experienced those things or not. because it is good to do a self check-in to see if you may need to seek help for yourself. So in the next video, we'll talk about some ways that you can help yourself if you are dealing with burnout.
Yes.
All righty. So that is a wrap. We're
It's a
wrapping it
wrap.
on up, and we're going to go continue our lives.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me make my second trip or third trip to Braxton, which of course you guys don't know is 45 minutes away. In 2 days, 24 hours, less than 24 hours.
mm,
Yeah, but it's worth it. I love
mhm,
these people.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Well, safe travels on the
Alrighty.
road, and
Thank you.
we
Thank
will
you.
see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap for this episode of Vetted and Vet Man. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation as much as we did.
We're all about keeping it real, sharing our stories, and creating space for women, especially Black women, in veterinary medicine to feel seen, heard, and supported.
If you love what you heard, don't forget to download our episodes, subscribe to the podcast, and leave us a review. It helps others find us.
And stay connected with us on social media. We're sharing behind the scenes moments, resources, and a whole lot of real talk. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Vetted and Vet Med, and visit our website at vettedandvetmed.buzzsprout.com.
Plus, join our growing community on YouTube by subscribing to our channel. It's a space for deeper conversations, support, and all the good vibes.
Thanks for vibing with us. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. You've been vetted and vet med.